Hey there, YouTube friends. Maskedbandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it. And welcome back to Brazos Square, episode 7? Yeah, 7. And there goes our lovely to-be-named coaster. I hope you are enjoying the series. My humblest of apologies for taking a bit longer for this most recent episode, as our janitor down there tends to do a little dance. Didn't find a lot of time to play the last couple of weeks. Got real life, got other hobbies and projects, so I'm trying my hardest to strike a balance between all the things I enjoy doing so that I don't overwork one of those or the other. One of the reasons this channel went dark for so long is because I got really into D&D, like heavy into D&D. Playing up to 3 times a week, DMing 2 times a week. It was a whole thing. It was a pandemic thing. And while that has still been a huge part of my life, I still play every week, try to play at least twice a week. It has really toned down, which has given me the opportunity for this passion to come back. But I also enjoy other things like writing music. I mean, as you've seen, whenever the Planet Coaster inspiration comes to a slow, other things pop up on the channel, or at least used to. I've learned. I'd rather just let the channel go dark than than put on random, barbecue videos or whatever. Don't come at me, or random map drawing videos. All things that are just a peek into my deeper psyche. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for Planet Coaster, as am I, clearly. This is where we left off in the last episode. Gosh, I'll never get tired of that coaster. But this is where we left off in the last episode, with a very cramped and crowded corner here. You would think, this is such a small area, it won't take me very long at all. Ha 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 ha, lies. In fact, if you were thinking that this whole area was going to be done today, I did too. And then I started making the episode. Again, time got the better of me, but also the things we're doing in this episode take a little bit more thought and planning, and I just had to think through things a lot. So if you are like, oh no, not a lot of progress, well, it's still a lot of time and effort went into the episode, and I hope that comes across as the episode progresses. So we're going to try and figure out this little area, which is deceptively difficult, and maybe we'll start thinking about the balloon ride over here. Names are probably set in stone, but I'm going to leave those until a later episode when we actually deck everything out and dress everything up. So, enough yammering for me. I've been going now for about 3 minutes, which is about 2.5 minutes too long. Let's get into the episode and see where episode 7 takes us. Alrighty, my lovelies, here's what we've got cooking so far. Decided that, yes, we are going to keep this, what is this ride called? I don't even know. The Golden Eagle. We're going to keep the the Golden Eagle right here. Gave it, I don't know if I enjoy this, gave it a down and dirty exit path. I don't know. I like it because it's tucked away. But it just, this is where space became a bit of an issue. But what I do like is the way I've wrapped around the stalls. Shout out to all of you in the comments that suggested that, no, this is a real thing. Even on Bronation, some pictures were posted, and it was really cool to see. It made me feel like I wasn't so weird for coming up with this. So you can see we have 3 stalls under here. We have gelato, which isn't, Texas at all, but whatever. Hot dogs, also not very Texas, and soda. You know what? We're going to roll with it. We don't care. I am going for this, a more Mexican vibe, Mexican architecture, which is still a big thing here. I mean, the Mexican influence in Texas is very, very strong, but there's not going to be as much on-the-nose Texas inspiration in this episode like there have been in the past. I kind of want this to be its own separate little area, so you're going to see we're going to lean heavily on more traditional Mexican architecture, which I still think fits the vibe of the park. So that's what this is. This is very theme parky to me, and the roofs aren't perfect, but you know what? I like the roof enough to be okay with the imperfections, so that's just the way it's going to have to be. And then you look over here, and we have like a kidney bean of decking. I thought, so you can see, there's no ride here. I put it over here. I didn't like it. So I ripped it out, and I said, well, what if we have this food area over here. We have this lovely coaster with this lovely view. What if we made a seating area that the coaster just sort of screams over? I thought that'd be really, really fun. So that's what we're doing. We're making a little raised deck here, a little seating area, kind of a primo place to sit and enjoy your food and drink and just soak up the vibes of the park. I mean, you could see the carousel, you get the dive coaster, you get... and of course you get this coaster here, you get the STC. So I think that this is going really, really well. It's funny, this feels so very Planco, like in its design and piece use, but I still think it looks really, really well. You know what's helping a lot is this TMTK stuff here, like these little succulents, what are these, agave and the aloe, and like I am in love with these TMTK rock fillers here. We're gonna have rock planters all over this area to really do that dry sparse. We're gonna have a mixture of conifer trees back here and desert foliage, which is something I saw actually in New Mexico a couple summers ago. We took a trip to Colorado and we stopped in New Mexico and we went hiking, and I saw it was really cool to see pine trees mixed with cactus, and so I felt succulents make sense there. I don't remember where I learned this from, maybe it was Mike, but sinking Joshua trees really deep gives you some nice scrubby looking foliage. So that's what we're going to deck this area out in, and by removing that cube ride, it really does open up the area. For this area here, we're going to have some facades that's going to house some different things. Oh, I do squeeze a ride in here though. So yeah, this is where we're headed. This was a big help in kind of concretizing the idea. And then from here, it was a matter of finding ways to squeeze in what I wanted to without it looking too cramped. And we'll see how well I did. Okay, so not a super lot in this update, but I think this helped me really feel good about the direction I was headed. I decided to dress up the seating area, throw down, like I said, I love these stones, and just throw in this foliage here and some lovely, lovely benches, rustic benches with, I love these umbrellas. Now this feels, I mean, come on. Some TMTK banners here to represent those paper banners. I forget what they're called. Oh, they're lovely though. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe there'll be a picture on screen, maybe not. I don't know. But made some custom lamps here, and not everyone will have lamps on it. Very simple structure here, but just so we can hang these throughout the area and make it feel festive and exciting. We also added some signage. We got some soda that sells water and agua fresca. If you don't know what those are different fruit-flavored waters that are super popular. My favorite is horchata, which is and I butchered the way you're supposed to say that. I am not Hispanic, my apologies. But it's a rice water. It tastes like rice pudding. It's vanilla and cinnamon and creamy. It's so good. I'm probably not selling it, but if you ever get a chance to have horchata, it is so good. Hot dogs, curly fries, corn dogs, and then over here, ice cream, milkshakes, and smoothies. I thought that was cute. But yeah, that's about it for this area. You'll see, though, we're dressing up the foliage, making everything look a little more baked into the area. I think I was doing this to procrastinate what's coming over here, because I wasn't sure for a while. All right, so this is the start of the traditional Mexican architecture that I was talking about. Did a quick Google search, found some buildings I liked, and tried my best to be inspired by them, if not completely rip them off. Shush, don't come at me. But a big, my favorite part of this structure here, while I love the colors and I love okay, hold on. This is a bad representation of the structure. Let's do this, because it doesn't really matter. All right, let me show you what this actually looks like. Let's put it in the light here. There, that's a much better representation. This is the Chihuahuan Desert. The Chihuahuan. That's not how you say it. The Chihuahuan? I don't know. I think so. Here's the desert. No, sorry, the dessert. Big shout out to Matt Lone. Big YouTuber, actually. Commented on a video several episodes ago saying if I didn't have a Chihuahuan dessert bakery, he was going to come for me. So here you go. Great suggestion. Love it. It's simple. Very Planko-y, but you know what? I like the idea of it at the very least. Something needs to go right here, though. It's very big and open there, and I don't much care for that. But yeah, it's just a little structure. It's that colonial kind of vibe in a lot of these structures. So you know, boxy is kind of where it's at. But this is its place for now. We'll see what happens to it. Oh yeah, I forgot I added another flat ride. I was able to squeeze in the Ferris wheel, which I was kind of on the fence about, but now I think. I'm pretty sure. By the end of the episode, I think I'll like it a lot more. You tell me what you think, but I love the sight lines. Once again, look at, from the yellow rose. Come on. I think that's pretty special. Let's see, where else can we look? Where else should we look? Let's see if we can see it from the front. Can we see it from the front of the building or park? Let's see. Oh, yes, you can. Look at that. Oh, that's a view, isn't it? Ooh, 2 of the park's 3-star attractions with the Ferris wheel in the back. Yes, please. Fountain in front. I'm digging that. So see, I think it looks really good back there. Is it snug? Yeah. Can we make it look okay? I think so. We need a name for it, though. If it's going to stick around, it needs a good name. I don't know. Ferris wheel is just kind of boring. What you got, commenters? I love when you give me good suggestions. It makes it so much easier for me. So give me some good suggestions for the Ferris wheel name. Wait till the end of the episode, though, and to see its final colors and everything that's around it. Such what? Yeah, so this is where the only thing that's throwing me off, and it continues to throw me off for a while, is the discrepancy between the architectural style of these stalls and the architectural style of this building here. So we're just kind of playing with it. We're going to see where it goes. But onward. You know, I considered skipping this load. So what I do is, like I said in the past, I have all the save files from the last episode to where we call this episode, so you can see the progress. And I'd forgotten about this building. This is what we call a fail, friends. I loved the idea, but I couldn't make it work in the space, and I couldn't make it work with the pieces without massive work. And I just spent an episode going bananas with facades that I really didn't want to do that again. So see, time well spent in one area is not time well spent in another. That's one thing I've really learned in Planet Coaster. Willing to put the time and effort in to custom support a coaster when it's warranted, but not necessarily willing to do it all the time. Speaking of that, we do need to go and do some custom supporting on the wooden coaster shush. But this building here gets the axe relatively quickly. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. Because I just don't like it. It doesn't feel like a facade anymore either. Like, this is too disjointed to be a realistic singular building back here, which is what this whole idea is supposed to be. And so, yeah, this is not good. And I think this is as far as this building progresses before I just say, forget it. It was too far away from the inspiration, and then it stopped looking like it. And then at that point, it was like, One of the biggest things in Planet Coaster, for me, is knowing when to cut your losses. And a lot of times, you get to about this stage before you realize it doesn't work. Sometimes it takes throwing a bunch of detail on a building to realizing you don't hate it. This one I knew here. I was like, nope. Not in scale. Not what I want. We're going to axe it. So just wanted to bring you in and show you that, yeah, sometimes stuff doesn't work. And that's totally cool. And sit on it, marinate, and then know when to get rid of it. I can always tell when it's about to be a big update, when the file name is also the same day as an autosave. Which means I had played for at least an hour uninterrupted. This is the facade, friends. This is where we're headed. There's a couple details to shore up, specifically the... Can you tell I copy-pasted the building? I mean, to be fair, the picture I found was basically copy-pasted buildings with minor tweaks in their detail. But yeah, this is too obvious. Shout out to Redline for being like, yeah, that's too much the same building. He's not wrong. So we rearranged some things, reorganized some things, and now we have this cute little city scene, this street scene. Another lovely fountain. When you have just too much space, what do? You put in a fountain. I don't know, that feels Spanish enough to me. What do I know? Or Mexican enough to me. I don't know, I've never been there. I've been to Spain, though. Not that that matters. Anyway, So yeah, we have ourselves the the Chihuahuan, the desert that's named after the dog, or the dog's named after the place. I'm so sorry if you are from this place. I can't say it. But look, the Missy Good Donut thing looks pretty good right there. I was surprised how much I liked that up there. I think the simple fact that the simple fact that it doesn't say Missy Good is good enough for me. And what does it spell? Empanadas and conchas and churros. I wanted it to sell. I wanted it to be a traditional Mexican bakery, sell traditional Mexican treats. I thought that was a fun thing to do, so I did. And now it all here. This door is supposed to be like a staff door, which I think is fun. This whole area is a little cramped, but I think I don't want to get rid of the ice cream stall. So I think I'm okay with it. Maybe. But yeah, we got ourselves a facade here. I carved out the back of the building for it. You can see what's going to happen with that. Still all yucky back here because that's the thing I like to do the least, so that'll be the last thing I do, as you can see with the facade work that hasn't been touched since the last episode. But yeah, we've got ourselves the burrito bonanza over here. Actually put a burrito bonanza, did I? Yep, actually put a burrito bonanza in there. Found some lovely cobblestone TMTK paths. Dropped those down just to shore up any weird path stuff, and now we have a lovely little look at this area with, I don't know, I like this. The dive coaster, we've got the STC, just this view is really coming along. I'm really happy. I wish the sun was better oriented, or the park was better oriented for the sun. Oh well, what are you going to do? So, you can also see I've begun dressing up. What is this? I definitely didn't plop those there. I have begun dressing up just throwing some stuff down. This still needs some cleanup. Very short queue. It's a Ferris wheel. It doesn't draw a huge crowd. I don't care. And yeah, we also did some work over here on the balloon ride. A lovely, colorful fence. Now that I'm looking at it, I might not be loving the colors so much as I was earlier. Might need to change those out, but I do love the flowers and the plants and all that. Trying to add some plants back here to kind of make that look a little more lush, but the coaster is so very close to the edge of the map. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to do. Change the colors of the Ferris wheel to the Mexican flag colors to signify this area as more Mexican inspired. Yeah, and that is where we are currently at. In the next update, it'll be the final update, pretty sure, and we will just shore up some things, kind of encircle this with some paths. This is not going to get finished, but you can see, hopefully you're seeing, this was kind of a complicated area, it wasn't as easy, or you're just like, you didn't have a lot of time this week. Both of those things can be true, so, just saying. Finalize the queue here. Haven't done any work on the coaster yet. I didn't realize how far away the coaster station was to the rest of the area I started on, and I was like, I can't get all the way over there today. So in the next episode, we'll be tackling the coaster and linking the two areas up, and then finding out what to do with this area here. So let's jump in, I think, to our final update of the episode, and just take a quick peek around of what got done in this episode. Alrighty, and welcome to the final episode, where we'll take a quick stroll with that lovely, lovely reshade turned on, and maybe see some things we haven't seen yet before. There it goes. How many times this episode have you seen that scene? That whole thing. I don't care, though. I love this. Coming in this way, past the coaster. That's so good. And I also like how you can't really see what the theme is back here, which is really nice in such a small park to be able to be standing on the little bridge here as King Coaster comes around. And there's some Art Deco. And when you look that way, you can just sort of tell what's going on, but it's not in your face. It's far enough back. That's such a difficult thing to pull off, and I think it turned out really, really well. So you can see here, we need a sign and a name for this ride. Give me another name. Look, we're going for all the names in this episode. Give me a name for the Golden Eagle. Maybe we'll just call it Golden Eagle. I don't know. But that's going to live right here now, which I'm all about. So go ahead and give me a name for this ride. It still needs to be completely finalized, but it's very, very close. As we come in here, you can see this cozy little corner here. I like how these corners are shaping up to be quite cozy with a lovely Ferris wheel poking out over the back. I have made just a couple slight changes to the second story of the building here. I think just that little bit makes it feel better. Maybe you think it needs a little more dressing up. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. We'll see what happens. And then could you just picture yourself sitting here? I think I could. I think I could picture myself just sitting here for a while, letting this coaster roar by. People watching, all the people walk through this area, the gurgling of the fountain, the roaring, here it comes again, the roaring of the coaster as it flies over your head as you eat. We need to dress this area up too with some benches, or some garbage cans and stuff. Still need to continue this way. You can see not a lot has changed here in this area. Oh, that plant's back. Oops. And then we come this way. Not much different to see here. Man, I felt like there was a lot more done in this episode. It took me long enough. But yeah, we're going to bring the path pretty close to the coaster. And then we actually did start really working on a queue line. And potential coaster name, Grasshopper, that has won the vote. Thinking of maybe putting it there, maybe over here off to the side. I haven't decided yet. Have a whole bunch of fonts here that I have been unhappy with, most of them. The problem with these art-shaped fonts, they look so cool, but they're just on the verge of too big for me. So I don't know if we'll put the sign there. I don't know if we'll put it somewhere else, but I love the idea of you queuing here and just right into that invert. I like that a lot. And you get beautiful views of this intense helix here. So that's oh boy, I feel like there's not a lot to show off. I apologize. But no, this took longer than I thought it would. Time was of an essence this week. And I did want to make sure you all knew that no, I'm still playing Planet Coaster. I'm still heavily invested in the project, and I am still enjoying myself. This week this is being recorded on a Wednesday, and I haven't had a chance to even open the game since the weekend. So it might be a little while again before the next episode. I'll try to maybe throw some stuff on the community tab, show you some teaser pictures. But yeah, this is the direction we're headed. We're going to clean all this up next week, hopefully, and make this really feel special. So that, because this coaster interaction with the path, I think, has the potential to really be something neat. And I can't wait to show it off. Here's a view we haven't yet seen. Oh man, would you love to be sitting here as this coaster came roaring overhead into this inversion? I would really, really like that. Put some don't die fencing here. That's always good. You always need that. Here it comes. Yeah, I think that's pretty great, and I think that has the potential to be one of the better things, one of the better viewpoints I've ever made in this game. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode, though, my friends. So you make sure you have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and of course, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see all of you for the next episode of Brazos Square here on the channel. Take care, everyone, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.